Hello coaches, welcome back to another tactical chat. We know of the benefits of two holding midfielders whenever you don't have the ball to protect that back four and work defensively, but do we talk enough about whether one holding midfielder or two holding midfielders are more beneficial to build up play? How do you break pressure? How do you attack? Is it better to start with 1-6 or 2-6s? That's what we're going to talk about today. If you enjoy, please like and subscribe below. And also please check out the offer we have. Modern Soccer Coach, free book and ebook below. Check it out. And big thanks to our friends at KEYFRAME. If you're looking for software animations, please check them out. Link is below and we'll talk about them at halfway point. Here we go. Build up play with double sixes. So when we're looking at this, we're going to use traditional 4-3-3 as a reference point. Would it be more beneficial when we're talking about double sixes and two holding midfielders? If we paint the picture of a traditional build-up, would it be more beneficial to build with 1-6 in this situation and two attacking midfielders high? Or would it be more beneficial to rotate another 6 low and start with two holding midfielders in the build? That's what we're going to look at in this video, some of the advantages of building with 2-6s. So before we start, it's well known that Pep Guardiola has preference to build with 1-6, and there might be 3 reasons for that. The first is that it allows his number 6 more freedom in terms of looking for angles of support and areas to drop in. Second of all, it gives him the freedom and flexibility to drop another 6 in every now and again. So much more difficult to defend against. And then the third reason, and I'm going to guess is the biggest reason, is that it's a numbers game. It allows you to pin defenders higher up the pitch and ask more questions of the opposition rather than starting with 2 midfielders lower and having less numbers higher. For this video, we're going to go against Pep's thinking for once, and we're actually going to look at the benefit of building with 2. And the first example we're going to look at is against the traditional 4-3-3. Now, you may not have the numbers higher up the pitch, but by playing with 2 6s, you do commit more opponents to the press. And let's take a look at 2 examples of that. The first is a build where 2 6s drop in, and you can see here, it's a diagonal pass into one of the 6s, and then the goalkeeper has an option of releasing 2 higher players. Let's say they don't do it and they swing the ball back around. Again, with player-to-player coverage in the press, passing windows can open up and there's space for those higher players to drop low, become a good option in the pass, and then all of a sudden there's space and less numbers to defend against and a potential to create an opportunity on goal. Another benefit with 2 6s is that whenever you're playing against a press or a wide trap and the opponents show you into those wide spaces, you immediately have a number 6 there to help you break out and create those triangles as quick as possible. So there's a potential to break a press or a wide trap. Or if you can't play forward, recirculate the ball, play to the other side, create the picture again, and hopefully then find an opening. Again, when you do find an opening, spaces can open higher up the pitch and you can put those players into those spaces and then hopefully create an overload or get access to more space higher up the pitch for players to run into and create chances on goal. Hello coaches, we take a quick break here. Massive thanks to our friends at KEYFRAME for their support on these videos. Video is a great coaching tool, but it's the telestration that has proven to take video to that next level. It improves understanding, aids retention, and the software can save time when you're coaching the player using videos. However, it's normally quite expensive and hard to produce, but KEYFRAME solves these problems. KEYFRAME is simple to use, fast to learn, works with any video provider, and is affordable. Here's a quick look at what they do. Check them out on the link below. Another benefit of building with 2 6s is that it allows space for one of the 6s to drop low and potentially unbalance the press. So almost creating a false fullback. In this case, one of the centre backs drops inside, fullback goes high, one of the 6s then pops out, lower into the space. Then all of a sudden, you ask a question of the blue press. Should they step, should they not? In this case, passing windows open up. And again, there's access to space in behind in the attack. So more freedom to rotate low, whereas you might not have that access in a traditional build. And then the last benefit, similar theme to the one we've looked at before, where you draw more defenders low and you open up different spaces higher. Specifically on this occasion, it's the wide spaces. So what we're going to do for this one is pop in the 7, pop in the 11, and let the 2 and the 3 go as high as possible. And you can see here, again, what that does to unbalance a press. If one of the defenders steps on the opposition, all of a sudden you have attacking players occupying every single vertical grid on this pitch. And this is very, very dangerous whenever you're attacking, because you can get runners, you have space to attack, you have space to get in behind, but you also can create overloads in front of that back 4. And it's a great opportunity to create a chance on goal right away. So there you have it, just some different ideas with the benefits of building with the 2 holding midfielders. Yes, you give up potentially an attacking option by dropping another midfielder low, but in those examples that we've seen, you ask questions of the opponent's press. If it's a pressing team that you can unbalance lower down the pitch, then you can get access to potentially vertical space higher up the pitch, which you can get 7s, 11s and 9s to run into, and it can create really, really beneficial pictures from an attacking standpoint. Of course, there are always question marks with how your opponents are going to set up. That's where scouting comes in. That's where an understanding of what you're up against can be so beneficial for a coach to change the build, to adapt the build, to be flexible with the build, and to always ask questions from an attacking point of view. And the more questions you ask, the higher the probability of scoring goals and creating chances is. Hope you enjoyed it as always. Please give it a like and a subscribe before you shoot off so you don't miss any more of them. Please also check out the new special offer on Modern Soccer Coach books and the ebook, and don't forget to check out KEYFRAME as well. Thanks so much. I'll see you next week. Goodbye.